Hello everyone, it's your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, here with another exciting live stream. Today is May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. I'm going to be talking about yesterday, May 4th, 2019. Today was Free Comic Book Day and also Star Wars Day. May the Force be with you, or shall I say, May the 4th be with you. I went to Free Comic Book Day for a date with Beth. We had a good time. Some of my favorite cosplay that I saw at Free Comic Book Day, there was an Evil Knievel cosplay that was also a car play, I guess, because he had his car styled in the same way as an old fashioned Evil Knievel car. So that was really cool. We had a Ben 10 cosplayer who came in, who not only had the Ben 10 Alien Force jacket, but he also had like green contact lenses in. And Beth actually knew a couple of pretty solid cosplayers that were there. There were a couple that was there. It was a Legend of Zelda Link and a Raven from Teen Titans. I would say that all those and older woman. She was probably like in her 30s. She went as Megasonic Teenage Warhead from not Daredevil, from Deadpool. That was really cool. Those were probably the best cosplays that I saw at Free Comic Book Day. Your boy Nani has entered the chat as well as Shuri. Yo, welcome to the stream, everyone. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Nani said, "What happened to Beth?" The date went rather well. So yesterday's date was a lot longer, but I feel like on both dates we got to know a lot more about each other. I feel like today's date I had a lot more moments with just people who I hadn't seen in a long time. There were a couple of guys who I went to UAH with who are a little bit older than me, who are into like Yu-Gi-Oh and fighting games and stuff like that, who I ran into, which was cool. A mutual friend of me and Serena, Alex, he was there as well. It was cool to see him. One of the guys at the Deep, who I didn't know like super well, but I've talked to in the past about like comic book stuff. I got to see him and his baby. He has a kid now, and he actually dressed up his baby in a Super Saiyan Vegeta style armor that he made himself, which was really cute. Not gonna lie. I also ran into I don't know. I feel like I was rattling off the list and I lost track of my placement in the list. That might have been everybody that. Oh, I ran into Travis. Travis is the person who taught me for real, how to play Yu Gi Oh. My friend Aaron, shout out to him. Aaron wasn't at Free Comic Book Day, but he was like the first person to really try and get me into Yu Gi Oh. But Travis, once I started competing in like Yu Gi Oh tournaments, he was the one who like really taught me. I feel like some of the key stuff that stuck with me in Yu Gi Oh, like how if your opponent puts cards face down, that doesn't mean that you should necessarily not attack. You got to be smart about it, but you can't just assume that whatever they're putting down isn't just a bluff. Stuff like that that Travis taught me that's really stuck with me. One cool Travis story, he once beat me by drawing all five pieces of Exodia on his first hand, and I like cut his deck for him. Like I shuffled and cut his deck. It was really crazy. Um, but yeah, Travis is like a family friend through like business ties to my dad. So it was really nice to see him again. It's just been a hot minute. Shuri Chan said hi. See you with that DBZ shirt. Thank you kindly, Shuri Chan. Truly appreciate it. I have a whole bunch of Dragon Ball shirts that I got for my birthday last year. My birthday is now 1 week from now, so Mother's Day, next Sunday. I'm gonna be hanging out with my mom then. Um, I don't really know what I'm gonna like get for my birthday or whatever. Um, I just know that I've asked people on YouTube who are interested in my birthday. Feel free to submit fan fiction and fan art to the Amino. On our Amino, feel free to send 200 word or less fan fictions. And for fan art, send in whatever fan art you want as long as it features your boy in it. Greatly appreciate it. I'm a big fan of you guys' fan art and fan fiction. And I want to make videos where I talk about you guys' fan art and fan fiction. So definitely hit me up. I greatly appreciate it. Let's see, scrolling down. Let's see. So Nani said noise. Nani says, does she like you? Yeah. So Beth and I are at a really good place right now. After the date that we had today, we've been texting nonstop. We just ended a text chain. She actually goes to bed around the time that I start the vlog, so she normally goes night night around like midnight. But we've learned a lot about each other. I feel like right now we both have like one hanging issue between the two of us, and that is there's something about Beth. that she's waiting to tell me about. I just don't know what it is. I don't think it'll be a deal breaker, but until I know what it is, I can't really decide on whether or not things could work out because I don't know how serious that like thing is. And then for Beth, she's afraid that I might have to move for work. So she's really hoping that the job fair Tuesday works out and that I'll be able to get a job that'll allow me to stay in the area. So we both really like each other. Beth has shown interest in maybe wanting to move into like a full on like boyfriend girlfriend relationship thing. But she wants to wait until after the job fair for her to really like think about it more. And that's understandable. Um, she's decided that our previous hangouts count as dates. So she's like, the past couple times we hung out at the CU, plus yesterday, plus today, this would be like a fourth date. And she's like, I need one more to see if I'd be really interested in doing like a boyfriend girlfriend thing, which I thought was interesting. Um, but we both have a like condition where we're like, based on certain information, could sway us like either way. Nani said, "What about Dozer?" So Dozer, I'm going to be hanging out with him and Serena this next coming Thursday. So that's what I have scheduled for next Thursday. Let's see. Nani said, "Lol, really? You text every day?" So it's not that we text every day, but we text throughout like the rest of the day. I think that's what's interesting. Because I text with friends, you know what I mean? But very rarely do I text a friend all day. Me and Danica used to Facebook message like pretty regularly, but we wouldn't do it all day. It wouldn't be like a start of the day you text, end of the day you text. But it was a thing where me and Beth went on the date, and then after the date, we essentially just kept the date going through text messages from when we got home forward on. Kel said hello, and then Kel said, "What was the secret?" So Kel's, when it comes to like the secret that Beth hasn't told me yet, for one, I don't know what it is. Two, I know that whatever it is personal, and I wouldn't tell you guys even if she did tell me, just because it's not my business to tell. But I do feel like whatever that secret is could sway me one way or another. We'll just have to see. But even once I know, I'm not gonna tell you guys just because it's not really my business. Also, Kels, welcome to the stream. Is good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Nani said, so one more date. That's what Beth said. Beth more or less says like she feels like she's pretty close to like wanting to like fully commit to like a relationship, considering the fact that like our next date will be like our fifth date. Um, but she's very curious about whether or not I'll be able to get a job in the area or if I'll have to move to Maryland. Beth also brought up that because she wants to go into microbiology, that if I moved to Maryland and it wasn't like anytime soon, like if I moved to Maryland like months from now, that she wouldn't mind doing a long distance thing for a few months and then getting a job down in Maryland. She says Maryland is actually a hub for microbiology jobs. So she's like, even if you moved, that actually would be a great place for me to like work and like find a job, which I also thought was interesting. So it doesn't feel like it's as much of a deal breaker for her now as it was yesterday. And she even brought up that she even like said that more or less. Let's see. Kel said, I'll just assume it's relating to pineapple on pizza. Nani said, Nick, the content god. I don't really think I deserve the title of content god because I haven't really been providing a lot of content recently. So I'm finally out of school, graduated, and I thought that once I like got out of school, I'd be able to like vlog, stream, have like a ton of videos and stuff. But in reality, I've just been doing like the normal midnight vlog every night. I do want to start doing more videos. I feel like I could have done videos today while I was at Free Comic Book Day, but a lot of times when I'm on a date, I just don't even look at my phone for real. Like if Beth like goes to the bathroom or something, I'll like check and see if I got any like new messages or anything like that. But a lot of times I try to like keep my phone away. I don't think about it. I'm just focused on like the other person and just trying to like get a vibe. You know what I mean? But I do want to do more content. I want to make more videos. I want to talk with you all more. I really enjoy these vlogs. I really destroy. Oh my goodness. I really enjoy these discussions, and I definitely want to do this more. Sam White said, "What's up? Yo, Sam, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream?" I just realized I have it set to top chat, not live chat. So I hope I haven't missed any comments yet. I don't think so. Yeah, I think I've seen everything. Cool. It's good to hear. Let's see. So I read the latest issue of Justice League last night. Uh, I think Batman just killed Superman for the greater good. Uh, Whatever it is, he's either not dead or it's temporary. I don't know. But that was a weird flex. Here are the books that I got for free comic book day. I got Cristiano Ronaldo's Striker Force. They made Ronaldo, the famous soccer player, a superhero, and he has his own comic book. He has a soccer ball that's made out of like advanced technology that allows him to steal the powers of supervillains and then use them against them. And the soccer ball like absorbs the power, and then whenever he kicks the ball, it like releases the power. Ronaldo is a famous soccer player. They actually have a picture of him on the back, but they made him a superhero in this comic. He's essentially a member of like their universe's equivalent of the Men in Black if the Men in Black were superheroes. I think it's an interesting concept. I've seen stuff like this before, but I think his soccer ball power thing is actually kind of dope. Let's see. Kel said, "Wait, does your new girlfriend?" And he says, "I'm not sure if you're on that level yet. I just couldn't think of a better word. Deconfirm wet?" Well, wet was already not a thing. Me and Winslow are not a package. Let's see. Also, right now, me and Beth, when it comes to like a ship name, the ship name right now is Bet with two T's. So hashtag Bet in the live chat if you're down for that Bet life, that new ship. Hashtag new ship, hashtag Bet in the live chat, please. Let's see. And she's considering the idea of us doing like a boyfriend girlfriend thing. She says one more date before she really knows for sure if she wants to do that. We have a date scheduled for next Friday. We're gonna have a picnic at the UAH park. Let's see. Nani said, "Ooh, that's my favorite soccer player." Is that true? This guy? Let's see. And then Nani said, "Real Madrid is my favorite team." Oh, ballin'. Kel said, "Wet will always be true in my heart." And then he said, hashtag wet. Then Nani said, "Wet, what you mean?" Kel's is making a joke about the idea of like me and Winslow being a ship. But your boy's hetero as fuck. Then Nani said, "Yeah, Ronaldo." Yeah, the art's pretty cool. I actually haven't finished this book yet. I actually just flipped too far and spoiled some shit for myself. But it has like flying cars. It has the soccer ball thing is also like a talking robot drone that like flies. And like I said, it absorbs superpowers that are released whenever he kicks it. It's pretty ballin'. Haven't finished this book, but so far so good. Definitely seems like a solid pick for free comic book day. The other comics I'm going to show you that I got for free comic book day, I have not finished reading. I actually haven't started any of these yet. And I mainly picked up free comic book day comics for things that I'd never heard of before that look like superhero books. Those were my two conditions. Let's see. Nani said, "Yeah, Ronaldo. He's really good." I'm glad you vibe with him. Kel said, "Hetero is just homo misspelled." Then Nani said, "So what means you and Winslow?" Yeah, that would be like the Winslow ship name. Then Nani said, "On free comic book day, you can get a lot." So here's how free comic book day works. You can get 3 free comic books. Every free comic book you get has to have this banner at the top. It has to say free comic book day. You can get 3 free comic books, and then if you buy anything in the store, you can get 3 more comic books. And keep in mind, there are like dollar comics, there are like 50 cent comics, stuff like that. I think you may even be able to get some comics for like 25 cents. So if you wanted to on free comic book day, you could buy one comic for 25 cents and then walk out that door with 7 comics. That's not a bad deal. You spend a quarter, you got 7 comic books. So free comic book day is a pretty solid holiday. It makes the comic book store super packed. There are just tons of people on free comic book day. People will dress up in different outfits. Beth went to free comic book day in a Pokemon cosplay. She was dressed as Jolteon. Her favorite Pokemon's Eevee, and she has like a lot of Eevee based merchandise that she carries with her. Nani said, I'm gonna have to do that. And he said, well, I don't know. I have a ton of comic books. Really? What kind of comics are you into, Nani? I don't think we've ever really talked comics before. Let's see. So this comic is called Dragonfly and Dragonfly Man. Never heard of this before. Haven't opened the book. I like that the back is just the cover without words. That's pretty dope. And I like that the cover is just a like dark version versus like happy version. Like it's a split cover. It's just cool. I liked the cover. That's why I picked up the book. I haven't read it. Can't say anything about it. Here's another book that's like that. Bam! Blastosaurus. Never heard of this in my life. Looks like a dinosaur detective that fights robots. Again, don't know anything about it. Literally just looked at the cover and said, "Oh, that's dope. Seems like that'll be cool." I like really weird comic books, and I feel like Blastosaurus falls in. It kind of made me think of like Savage Dragon or like Flaming Carrot kind of thing, just by looking at the art. So I'm like, ooh, this might be good. I'm literally judging books by their cover. I didn't look at the inside of that book at all. I also bought a comic. Now this one's gonna be kind of juicy, so I hope you're ready. So I bought Perched. Perched was $5, which is kind of thicky for a comic book. I know. DC Comics nowadays sell for like $3, so to pay $5 for a single issue of a comic is kind of ridiculous. Perched is a medieval fantasy style book. I know what you guys are thinking. Jet, you don't fuck with medieval fantasy at all. You don't like medieval fantasy. Why would you buy this book? It's because this is made by a local creator, someone in Huntsville, Alabama, who is working on creating their own comics and kind of like getting off the ground as like a comic book producer. This isn't the first comic he's ever made. He's actually made a series of different comics, and he's currently trying to get Perch supported on Kickstarter. So if you want to help him out, a local comic book creator, he's currently on Kickstarter. His comic book company is called Dance Panda, which is a really interesting name. But this was my way of supporting local creators who are trying to get into the comic book game. So I decided to go with Perched mainly because it's not just a fantasy world, but it's one that the creator is like making from the ground up. So it has like its own rules and races and creatures that could potentially make it stand apart from your normal medieval fantasy affair. I think it might be good. It's supposed to be a part of a bigger imprint called the Maker's Age, where all the books are going to take place in the same connected medieval fantasy universe. And also, this book isn't supposed to be out yet. This is something that is like getting kickstarted, so it's not currently available. But he printed a few copies specifically for Free Comic Book Day, so I was like, this would definitely be worth getting. It's a signed copy too. It's a signed copy of an early released book with like a backboard and bag. So I was like, I think that's worth $5. So yeah, that's Perched, and those are all the comics that I got for Free Comic Book Day. So like I said, I got Perched, got Blastosaurus, I got Dragonfly and Dragonfly Man, and then I got Cristiano Ronaldo's book Striker Force. There were other comic books there. I got a lot of stuff that wasn't necessarily popular. They had a Street Fighter comic that I read most of, but I didn't get. It was a really good book. I liked it. It's a Street Fighter book, so you know it's gonna have some awesome fights. I almost said fights. It's gonna have some awesome fights in it. Definitely enjoyed that. There was an Avengers book that you could get on Free Comic Book Day, but it was just the first issue of this year's Avengers book, which already came out. It was a book that I like already read, and they were like, You can get it for free," and it's like I already read it. It's too late. But they have a lot of stuff at Free Comic Book Day. It's not just a bunch of random stuff you've never heard of. The random stuff you never heard of is just the stuff that I'm like more interested in, where I'm like, oh, I don't see this every day. Like, what is this about? Let's see. Nani said, "Yeah, I told you I had a lot. Remember, a lot of old comic books of like Spider-Man, Avengers, etc. I have one rare Mortal Kombat comic. A lot of them are rare, actually. Oh, so would you call yourself like a collector, Nani? Like you partake in collecting a lot of old comics? Speaking of collecting comics, while I was at the Deep, there are some comics that came out this year for like $3 that you can find at the Deep now for like $20. They were books that were like hot sellers who immediately had like significance in the greater like DC universe, to where now Naomi number 1, I think Naomi number 1 came out either earlier this year or late last year, is already hiked up from $3 to $20. There are some new books coming out that are like very significant, where if you pick them up early enough, those books are worth like a good amount of money now if you kept them in good condition. So that's pretty dope, not gonna lie. Let's see. Kel said, I was about to draw Winslow and pull up some reference images on my computer, but my computer was like, this would be a great time to update. I'm sorry to hear that, Kel. That happens all the time. And then Kel said, okay, it's done updating. Hey, we got around it. Nani said, I like signed stuff. Yeah, signed stuff is really great. Especially if you want to like collect and like gain value like for your stuff. Kel said, Jet, you watch ASAP Science? I think I'm subscribed to ASAP Science. I don't remember the last time I actually watched one of their videos. Winslow is really into like science YouTubers. I imagine CJ is, but I'm not sure if he really is. Beth has admitted that she's really into like science YouTubers. I occasionally will watch a science YouTuber. My favorite science YouTube channel is Tierzoo. Tierzoo talks about animals. I should tell Beth about Tierzoo. Tierzoo talks about animals, like the study of zoology and different animals, uh, as if they were like in a video game. Like it's called Tier Zoo because he has a tier list of the animal kingdom, and he goes over like what animals are like the strongest in like different settings, what's the best like dog type build, because he refers to them like they're like fighting game characters. So he shows off different like stats, and he takes real footage of the animals and puts like health bars over them and sound effects and stuff like that as he talks about them. I believe that the person who does Tier Zoo is actually a zoologist, like someone who actually studies animals and is breaking it down in this way, describing all these animals as if they're like characters in a game, as a way to make it like easier to understand and more engaging. And that's why I really vibe with Tier Zoo. So if you're really into science YouTube channels, if you like fighting game stuff, or even RuneScape, he makes a lot of like RuneScape references as well. If you vibe with RuneScape, fighting games, animals, learning, science, definitely make sure you check out Tierzoo. Really cool channel. My favorite science YouTube channel out there right now. Worth checking out. Nani said, no, I didn't collect them. My dad did, and he gave them to me. I got boxes of them, so I'm going to start collecting them. Oh, that's cool. I vibe with that, Nani. Kel said, I'm so proud of Winslow. He's the sixth thing that shows up if you search Micronation. Congrats. He's getting up there. He's killing it. Nani said, so you said if you get a comic that's like $3, it can sell for more? Yeah, so here's what'll happen. A comic book will come out. And at the time, no one knows to expect, like what is to expect about the comic book, because previews may come out, like a short summary may come out, but until you actually see what's in the book, you don't know if the book is super valuable. Think about it like this. Batman Damned came out, I think, last year. It was a part of DC's new Black label, where DC was like, this is our label where we do whatever the fuck we want. It's a mature label. We can have people like die violently. We can have like sex, nudity. It's a comic label where it's like no holds barred. And in Batman Damned #1, they show Batman naked from the waist down. You can see Batman's dick in Batman Damned #1. Certain copies of Batman Damned #1 that were taken good care of, signed, put in like a little like baggie with like a backing board to it, sell for like $300 now. Like if you got a copy of Batman Damned #1, its cost, like not its cost, but what you could sell it for is going to just keep rising, because DC has already said we made a mistake. We shouldn't have shown Batman's dick. In the digital versions, we're going to censor it, and we're never going to print it again. So you're never going to see Batman's dick in print ever again. If you picked up Batman Damned #1 just thinking, oh, Batman and Constantine in a book together, that'll be really cool. You walked out of that store maybe spending $6 because Batman Damned is like a special book. So it's not the same as like one of the normal books. whenever DC decides they're going to do a book that's not in their normal continuity, or something that's like a weird special event, or like an annual, which is a book that only comes out like once a year, they hike up the price from 3 to like $6. If you spent $6 on Batman Damned just trying to read a cool story, your investment multiplied like by 50 times if you took good care of that book, got it signed, because it's something that will never be printed again. It's something that like a collector would pay buku to see, because of the fact that like it's something that will never exist in that form again. The reason why Naomi #1 is now selling for like $20 when it used to be 3 is because Brian Michael Bendis said that Naomi's character is really important, that she is going to have like an impact on like the future of the DC universe, and that this has already been planned way ahead of time. So once Brian Michael Bendis said that this character, who when she came out just looked like a slice of life book about a normal person living in like a world of superheroes, suddenly is blown up because people are like, oh, this isn't just like a nobody. This isn't just a character that they're introducing whose book they're going to cancel in like 3 months. This is someone who's going to be like pinnacle to like the greater DC universe. So now, if you bought Naomi #1, just being curious, just being like, oh, I wonder what the slice of life book is going to be like, your investment went from like $3 to like $20 if you took good care of it, backboard, signed, just it's worth a lot more money. Kel said, yeah, Tirzu is godly. Yo, Kels knows what I'm saying. Nani said, where can I buy the comic? How do you know when it comes out? And is there a website? So I go to local comic book stores to buy my comics. Um, One way to always get up to date comics, like if you're like, I like The Flash, and I want to read each issue of The Flash as it comes out, right? And I want to like have a physical copy of the comic. You can go to your local comic book shop and you can say, I want to get a box. For my box, I want you to put The Flash in it. And every week you can go to that comic book shop and they'll be like, do you want to pick up your box? And any comics you've requested when they come out will be put in your box and you can buy them right there. You don't have to worry about them being sold out or anything because they'll already have it reserved for you in your box. And even if you don't show up to that comic book shop for like months at a time, you could show up like even a year after you set up your box. And in that box, they'll have all the comics that you requested. So if you only requested The Flash, that box will have like every issue of The Flash that came out that year. And you can just buy them all at once and then just like read them, or just keep them like in their bag, or you can like go to a convention and get them signed. There's a lot you can do with it. But I feel like the box is probably the best way if you're trying to get physical comic books, unless there's an online retailer that's selling individual physical comic books, but that's probably not worth it unless you're doing like bulk orders. Because I can go to my local comic book store like in 11 minutes and I can pick up a $3 comic book. I have no reason to order online for more money the same $3 comic book to be shipped to me and have to wait for it to arrive. You know what I mean? So that's my only thing. Lucky Dice Cafe is a local comic book shop that has a new kind of box system where I think you can set up your box online and then you can pick it up in store. So you don't have to go to the store to set up the initial box. At least that's how I believe it works. Wait, it may not be that you set up your box online. It may be that they send you your box. So you know how I mentioned that like at most comic book stores, they set up the box and then you go when you're ready and then you buy all the comics in your box. Um, I think Lucky Dice may have a thing where they ship you your box. So instead of having to go to the comic book store, they just send you whatever comics you wanted. Like if you're like, I want each week's issue of The Flash, they might ship you that. I'm not sure if that's true. I'll have to double check that. But that's really interesting. Let's see. Let me look. Nani said, yeah, I have a lot of the comics in those things. Oh, cool. Kel said, Jet, your pose on the thumbnail in Winslow's video, Micronations and People with Nickabenson, is godly. Well, now I gotta see whatever that is. Doom, 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 doom. Oh, the thing or whatever. I can't replicate it because I can't see my eye. Let me go into images. If I go, there it is. It's just like the scream or whatever. That's all I'm doing. I'm imitating like a famous painting in that particular thumbnail. Kel said, "Yo, Winslow hasn't posted in 2 months. That's crazy." Okay, I'm gonna hit you up with a little secret about Winslow. Also, sorry, the air conditioning's kicking up. Tell me if you guys, for whatever reason, can't hear me. So the reason why Winslow hasn't posted in 2 months is because Winslow has been really busy with finals. He's been in college, he's been taking classes, he's been studying for exams. Then after finals, right? Winslow then had to like move all his stuff into like a new apartment. Um, Not only has Winslow been busy with finals and he's been moving stuff around, but Winslow wants to make like heavily edited videos. Like he doesn't just want to do videos where he sits down in front of a camera and he goes, "Hey guys, blah 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 blah." He wants to do a video where it's like I film and I go into like an editor, and I get like music and special effects, and I want to make sure that I put like as much production value into my video as possible, which means that Winslow's gonna have a lot slower upload times for things. Also, Winslow's like, whenever I have a new idea, I can't put it on my like old channel. You know, if I have an idea that has nothing to do with micronations and nothing to do with rap, that means that it has to be an entirely new channel that I put videos on. So I think Winslow is struggling between trying to figure out like, what should I do next? Should I do a rap thing or a micronation thing? Okay, how much time am I going to put into that? Will I have enough time to put into that when I have like, he also has a research position thing that he's fulfilling in the summer where he's going to be studying like quantum entanglement. So he's like, oh, I got a research position. Oh, I got summer classes. Oh, I got my new apartment. Like he's jumping around. He's doing a lot of stuff, and he's trying to make really high maintenance content. It might be a hot minute before you see another Winslow video. He's just doing a lot. Um, Bless his soul. He's working hard. He's trying to do the best he can. But don't worry, there will be more content from Winslow. I just can't guarantee that it'll be coming anytime soon. Well, let's see. Nani said, "What do you mean by a box?" So, a box is just a name for what they have at comic book shops. And a box is more or less like a subscription, not subscription. And you're like, what does that mean? You know how Netflix, you spend like $10 a month, you get access to like everything Netflix has to offer? A box at a comic book shop is like, do you want to always have whatever book came out this week? Like, if you like books X, Y, and Z, and you never want to worry about coming to the comic book shop and we're all sold out of books X, Y, and Z. You say, I want to start a box, and you say, I want this comic, this comic, this comic, and this comic. And then the comic book shop says, okay. And then you can come in every week, and they'll have books X, Y, and Z every week when they come out, and they'll never be sold out of it because they like specifically order enough to fill up all the boxes that people have requested, and they order enough to put on the shelves. So you always are getting your book specially ordered for you to pick up. That's how boxes work. A box is just a term for it. It's just you're reserving books for you to buy later so that other people can't cuck you and prevent you from buying those books. That's all a box is. But it's the best way to make sure that if you really want to know what happens in book X every week, or if you want to pick up all the copies of book X that have come out over the course of multiple weeks all at once, you can set up that box and then never have to worry about it again. You can just pop into the store whenever you want, say, I want to pick up my box, and then you can buy all those comics that you've already set reserved for yourself. Let's see, Kel said, I'm glad Winslow is trying to put effort into making videos how he wants. Yeah, and that's perfect. Yeah, and that's perfectly fine. I do think there's nothing wrong with that. I do think that Winslow is going a little far with it. You can do both, but he acts like you can't. He acts like you can't do the videos that are like less effort. Like you can't do the videos like these where you just kind of like stream yourself and do like the edited stuff. He's like, you have to do the edited stuff and have like big pauses between your things because doing the edited stuff takes so much time, and then after that you gotta like start thinking about the next project, and it's gonna take a whole bunch of time, so there's gonna be a big pause. But during those pauses, I feel like Winslow could do little updates. It doesn't always have to be a big edited affair. Winslow can just be like, "Hey guys, just checking in. Here's like any updates about like projects that I'm working on, or like an AMA. Like, feel free to ask me anything. Or here's just how I'm doing today and how that relates to like the topic of like my channel." You know, he can do regular content. He just isn't. And Winslow would tell you, "I don't have time. That's just not how I see my channel," and that's fine. But it's also just something where he could do it. I think when he says, "I don't have time," I don't think that's 100% true. He doesn't have to do like an hour. He could do like 5 minute check in videos like a day. And that would be fine. I think people would tune in for that. People would be like, "Yo, I haven't heard from you in a long time. I have like a question about micronations," or, "Oh, I want to ask you a question about rap." And then Winslow could be like, "Oh, cool, thank you for tuning in. Here's the answer to that question, blah, 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 blah. Here's what I've been up to. Here's what I've been working on, done." And he could do that like every day for a very short period of time. And I think people would fuck with it. But I don't know. That's just a difference of opinion between me and Winslow. Nani said, "Can I do the box online?" Let's see. So you want to try and do an online comic book box. Do you want them to ship the comics to you? Because I think Lucky Dice has something like that, but I'm not sure. I'm about to check. Let's see. So Nani says he's smelling smoke, but he doesn't know why. I hope nothing's burning. Excuse me. Kel said, "I think just normal videos would help Winslow have a breather between each big boy video." Agreed. I feel like it would be a nice way for him to like still like keep in touch with his audience, right? Um, while also, I mean, it's mainly just still, yeah, he can still do his big videos and also keep in touch with his audience by making more videos and also potentially expand his audience. I don't know. I just feel like me and him have a difference of opinion on like how we see like videos and making videos. So right now I'm trying to see where on Lucky Dice Cafe's website that you might be able to set up a box. Because I think I talked to the manager of Lucky Dice and he said something like, "We're the only company who's doing like online comic book boxes like in the area." And he's like, I think he said something like you can be in like other countries and get like your comic book box or something like that. So that's what I'm trying to find out right now. Because if that's true, then Nani, you could potentially have a box set up at my local comic book store and they like ship your stuff to you. That's what we're about to find out. Right now I'm on their website. I'm trying to load it up. It's really slow. I don't know why it's so slow. So I hit books, but it's not showing me comic books. It's showing like D&D books. I'm not here looking for D&D books. I'm here looking specifically for comics. So, let me see. I'm trying to figure out how this works. The issue is that it runs so slow, this website. I feel like if it ran faster, I could already tell you. Oh, wow. So, Lucky Dice Cafe's website, it actually has like individual card names on there. So if you want to buy like a Magic the Gathering card, you can search the card's name and actually like see results for what they have in store. Nani said, "Noise. Do they have Mortal Kombat?" I'm still trying to figure out if they have the online box thing. I remember him saying something about it. I actually live streamed a visit to Lucky Dice Cafe where I talked to the manager and I interviewed him like in a video. And I don't know where I would find the comic book box thing. Like I don't know what I would click on like this page where I'd be like, "Oh shit, like this is the thing." They're really big into hero clicks. That's like a huge thing there. Um, Magic, HeroClix, Gundam, Pokemon, board games, miniatures, events, party packages, more, ROC. And if you hit more, it's like arts and statues, books, card games, dice and dice bags, dice games. And then ROC is like their own brand that they have. So I don't think that would be comic books necessarily. I'll click it, see what comes up. I really need to know, how do I find their like online box thing. Now Nani, I'm not sure if they have Mortal Kombat comics at Lucky Dice. I'm sure they do. If there are modern um, comic books for Mortal Kombat, then they definitely would have them because they are a comic book store. But they do have like a game night where you can go down to Lucky Dice Cafe and you can play like fighting games with a whole bunch of guys who are like professional fighting game players in the area, and some amateur people. But they're like people who make money by betting on fighting games as like a regular thing, who will meet up at Lucky Dice Cafe and they all hang out and they play video games together, and it's pretty dope. The Nani said, yeah, so I still haven't found the online box thing. I imagine that it is still a thing, but I, for the life of me, have not found them. I have not found whatever it is. So I just typed in Lucky Dice Cafe comic book. I want to see how you can possibly set up a box, but I just don't see it. So I would say for now, I don't really know how to do it. My apologies. I feel like there's a way to do it. Maybe I should search, instead of searching specifically for Lucky Dice, online comic book box. Well, now it's showing like, here are websites where you can buy boxes that you can put your comic books in. And it's like, that's not what I mean. So that's kind of shitty. Have your comics shipped to your door. Comic Cartel, everyone's local comic shop. Painfully helpful weekly shopping and subscriptions in a bitchin' box. Let's see, our comics are shipped in an all-new premium comic storage box. I think this is what you want. It's a subscription box where you get all your comic books just shipped to you directly. It's like the Lucky Dice thing, except it's really obvious how it works. So, here you go. I'm about to post the link in the live chat now. So yeah, if this was a sponsored video, right? Like if I was getting money for ads, I'd be like, hello, have you heard about Comic Cartel? Have you ever wanted to have a local comic book shop wherever you are? Well, that's what Comic Cartel's for. It's a subscription service where you can set up what comics you want each week and they'll be shipped right to your door in a bitchin' box. Make sure that you go to comiccartel.io and use the promo code Nickabenson Rules. That's comiccartel.io and use the promo code Nickabenson Rules to get your first month of Comic Cartel for free. Make sure you sign up to Comic Cartel today. But I'm not getting paid. That's not a real promo code, but comiccartel.io is a real website. I think that's an I. That's definitely an I. Comiccartel.io is a real website where you can get your comics sent to your door, directly to your door. Every week, the comics that you want coming at you. So yeah, feel free to hit that up. Nani said, okay, but it isn't like a subscription thing. And then Nani said, I'm going to use it. It is a subscription thing. This is a subscription thing. Comic Cartel. Oh shit. So hold on, it says imagine clicking a couple buttons and having your favorite comics show up at your door each month. Oh, so it's monthly, not weekly. That's good to know. So you get your box every month, not every week. Second, it says not only that, but they come pre-bagged and boarded for free. Oh, that's cool. Order at least $50 worth of comics and we'll throw in our premium cartel box absolutely free too. So yeah, I think it's a subscription fee, but you also... Oh, sorry, I was looking at more of the stuff that it said about like deals that you can get and shit. But I think you pay a subscription fee, and then on top of that, You pay for the comics that you want. But I don't think that's too big. Nani said it's free shipping. Ah, fuck. I gotta look into it. I don't think it's free shipping. I imagine you have to pay for shipping. Oh, one thing that they show on their website that's kind of interesting. If you look right here, this is like an example of somebody's box. Like in their box, they have like Howard the Duck, Star Wars, Detective Comics, Thor, and they have Batman Arkham Knight. And it's like, oh, well, this week, you had like 9 different like issues that you got in your box, and it shows you like the total, like it's 35.91 or whatever. So I think that works out pretty well. You get it bagged and boarded free, but I don't think shipping's free. Kel said, Jet, can you check your amino DMs? Yeah, my boy. Yeah, my boy. Give me one moment. Let's see. So Kel said, how do you like these? And he said, is your boy hipster enough? He says, this is the Winslow sketch. So your boy Kels has created his sketch of Winslow. This is your boy Winslow as a half Saiyan, I suppose. So this is Kels' interpretation of a half Saiyan Winslow. This is his sketch. I definitely need to send this to your boy Winslow. See, if Winslow was just in the amino, we could just send this directly to Winslow through amino. But I noticed that he has a little energy thing up there. Kels, can you tell us, what is his energy attack that he has sitting up there? This is hipster Super Saiyan Winslow. Well, is this in his base form, or is this in like a superhero form? Not superhero, Super Saiyan form. I noticed that his hair's spiked, but it's also like down into the side. So I don't know if he's going all in yet, or if that's just his base. But I do like it. I actually really dig how you have the hair set up and everything. I'm curious how Aiden would feel about it. Like if he were to look at it and be like, yes, or if he'd be like, yo, this is like super dope. But I definitely want to hear Aiden's opinion. If Aiden was on the vlog, he could just react. He could just react in the live chat right now. But we finally have some Winslow fan art. Let's see. Kel said, it's kind of a random energy ball. That is like a question that I've had for like a hot minute, Kels. So what powers, like what techniques does Winslow know? For like your Dragon Ball fan art of like Winslow, since he's like a Saiyan, like what like special energy abilities does Winslow have? Because that'll help us better understand what the fused version of me and Winslow will be capable of doing. Kel said it's his base. He said I made it more spiky because it's Dragon Ball based. I totally understand that. I feel that vibe. I also do really like the design. I think the lab coat with like the lab coat with like the pants with the belt or whatever. And I think the glasses sell it really well, actually, like the hipster part. Also, the lab coat has a collar. I think the collared lab coat, the belt, and the glasses, I think really fits the whole science hipster thing. With the spiky hair and the energy ball showing like the sand part, I think it looks cool. I'm curious to hear Winslow's opinion. Whenever it's like a drawing of a person, I like hearing how that person feels about the art. Because I feel like they're the person who kind of makes or breaks whether or not like it's super dope, or if they're like, nah, that doesn't really look like me. You know what I mean? So I definitely want to hear Winslow's thoughts on this Winslow fan art that we got with your boy being a super powered Super Saiyan. Super Saiyajin? So I think that'll be hype. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see. What am I going to do tomorrow? So tomorrow, there's going to be a company picnic at the Botanical Gardens for the company, well, for Domino's. And my dad's wife works at Domino's. I've been invited to go to that picnic, but I'm thinking what I might do instead, like instead of going to the picnic, I might buckle down, start working on making my resume look more presentable, applying to jobs, trying to make sure that I can find something in the area, and making sure that like good job postings aren't just passing me by. I need to contact Jordan Busby. I worked with him while I was interning at Amerdeck. See if there are any potential openings at Amerdeck, and just try and like put my name out there, get out there, try and like find a job. The last few days that I've been home, I feel like I've been really enjoying being home, spending time with family, and going on dates. But I need to focus on getting a job. Once I have a job, I can continue doing all those things without having any extra unnecessary like worries. You know what I mean? So that's what I need to do. Kel said, I feel Winslow would focus on energy attacks that put distance between him and the opponent, while you would use key attacks to complement your punching and kicking moves. Oh, ballin'. Interesting dynamic. So you feel like when fused together, we'll have like the complete package of like energy attacks at a distance and then up close and personal key attacks like when our opponent is like nearby. I think that'd be interesting for sure. It's interesting that you set Winslow up as being the focus on energy attacks at a distance. That's what I normally use in Dragon Ball Xenoverse. When I played the first Xenoverse game, I played as an Earthling, and my whole thing was to like fly away and like spam like key blast and shit, and like do key blast supers and try and charge my key as high as possible. So I definitely understand where you're coming from with that. So yeah, I think that'd be dope, and I'm excited to see what more you do with the fan art and the fan fiction. I do really like seeing the Winslow fan art. I think that's the first Winslow fan art I've seen, so that's pretty dope. So thank you, Kels. Appreciate it. Yo, your boy Tangent. That's not in-game spoiler, but it's definitely an in-game reference. He just posted up a bunch of Avengers memes. It looks like. On the Amino. Oh, he saw in-game for the second time. Then he said, screw Noob Master 69. And he said, oh, and I got some antique headphones for my Webby cosplay for tomorrow. Oh, cool. I hope that your Webby cosplay goes well, Tangent. Feel free to like post to the Amino, my guys. I do read the post, and I do like to check them out on the vlogs. Right now I'm just kind of vibing. I'm about to get ready for bed in about like 8 minutes or so. So I'm just chilling. The main things on my mind: getting a job. Um, my date with Beth, even though it's like a week from now. My niece's birthday. Um, the job fair. Hanging out with Dozer and Serena. Hanging out with like Colin and the guys. My birthday. Mother's Day. I think those are all the things that are currently on my mind. Um, but I guess to make things simple, I can just think about tomorrow for now, and then I can think about other days as it continues forward. So tomorrow, I'll probably wake up, exercise, shower, eat some leftover ribs. Dad made ribs not yesterday but the day before, so I had ribs today. I'll probably have ribs again tomorrow. So I'll have some ribs, probably eat the last of the jalapeno chips that we have, sit down, start going hard on the job hunt. I could probably also spend time with my dad if he's available to spend time. We just hang out, bond a bit, just enjoy being back home with the family, and just like more or less just have a good time. That's my goal for tomorrow. Buckle down on like applying for jobs and stuff, and trying to make my resume look better. Enjoy ribs and jalapeno chips. Exercise, don't be funky. Not in that order, but that's what I want to do. Oh, and of course, do the vlog tomorrow at midnight, hopefully saying, oh, I applied for all these jobs. Oh, I enjoyed the ribs, and they were even better the second time. Went through those jalapeno chips like a boss. Enjoyed my exercise routine, showered, feeling fresh and clean. Those are all the things that I want to say tomorrow on the vlog. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Today, I watched the first 2 episodes of Mob Psycho Season 2, now that they're English dubbed on GoGo Anime. Really like Mob Psycho Season 2 so far. Episode 1, I didn't like get too overly like emotionally invested, but episode 1 I definitely like had some feels, you know? I was like, "Oh, this is like pretty good. I'm digging it. I'm relating to these characters." And then episode 2, I was like, "Ooh, the action. The action is pretty solid here. I feel like this is like a legitimate fight. Oh, what do we got going?" So, in the first 2 episodes of season 2, I'm already like emotionally like gripped, and I'm already like, "Ooh, this action is like off the walls." So I'm hyped for episode 3. No shame, no shame. This is just true facts coming at you. Let's see. Um, what else do I want to do? I didn't read a whole bunch of comics last night, even though I realized I was behind on the Young Justice comic. Not sure if I'll read a comic after I end the stream. Probably not. I'll probably go straight to bed, and then when I wake up, I'll probably jump straight into the applying for job stuff. Um, Hopefully, I'll be able to hang out with Dad. I think I probably should have went up to Dad, and then asked him if he'd be free. Ooh, Kel's just posted a sketch. Scrolling down. So here is some Winslow fan art. It's a sketch, and it's of your boy Winslow actually as a Super Saiyan. So I like his hair stands up to the side rather than straight up from his head. Also, sorry that I don't have the most stable hands for camera work. Let me move this mouse cursor out of the way. But you can see like his lab coat like furrowing. I believe your boy has a scarf. I didn't mention anything about it before because I wasn't sure if it was a scarf or like energy. But now that I see it furrowing with the jacket, I imagine he has like a scarf to show off his hipster vibes. So you got a scarf furrowing in the wind. You got his lab coat, energy radiating off of his hands, and he's got the side spike. I do dig the side spike, most def. Um, I guess the only thing that I'm curious about is if he has a scarf on, um, maybe that's something I'll notice more in color. I'm just imagining with the lab coat collar that the scarf is probably like around his neck and then like tied and floofed in the back. So I imagine like if it was in color, I'd be able to see on his neck that it was like a different color from his skin because he has like the scarf. But I dig it. The scarf definitely goes with the hipster vibes. In his Super Saiyan form, is he like fuck glasses? I don't need to see, like, because I noticed he wasn't wearing the glasses while Super Saiyan. I think glasses on a Saiyan will look cocky AF. Not gonna lie. Imagine Goku Black with glasses. I just think it would be kind of interesting to see. But I dig it. I definitely like what you're going with Super Saiyan Winslow. I'm curious how Winslow will feel about it. I definitely want him to see both of these fan arts for sure. So I'm vibing, and I appreciate it. Your boy Kel said, "Oh man, I should have drawn the glasses breaking. Oh, like shattering on his face." Because Winslow is like a scientist, I imagine that if he like regularly turns Super Saiyan, that he may have like special glasses that could withstand him powering up. But maybe when he goes to Super Saiyan 2, I could see his glasses shattering. Like, there's nothing strong enough for him to make the glasses out of that would like, like not shatter at like Super Saiyan 2. I think that would be like an interesting idea. But yo, Super Saiyan Winslow fan art. I'm vibing. I'm definitely vibing with it. Let's see. I have a couple minutes left before I end the stream. Does anyone have any questions, comments, concerns, discussion topics that you'd like to talk about with your boy before I log off? Uh, we now have 1 minute left in the stream. I'm going to start doing the sign out, but if you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to hit me up. If you like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we do these live streams. I hope everyone who tuned in has a wonderful night. Thank you for tuning in, truly appreciate it. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only. Log it out. Your boy Kels said, I just want to say I thought of the story behind the fusion. Yo, hit me up, Kels. I would, like, if you have it, like, at the top of your head and you're, like, ready to share it, I'd be down to, like, hear you talk about it over live chat. If you're, like, I'd rather write it down as, like, a blog entry and then post it on the Amino for you to check out later, then I totally understand that as well. So that would be up to you. So if you would like, to like type the story to me, I'd be down. Kel said, "Yeah, I can say it real quick." Okay, ballin'. I'm tuned in. I'm ready. Ready to see the story of the fusion. That actually is a good question because I'm curious if we're doing a Patara fusion, will we be fusing just because? Will we be fusing because there's like a threat that we got to take down? Kel said, and I'll go into more detail on a blog post. Okay, I see you. That makes sense. Best of both worlds, doing that Hannah Montana strat. So I'm ready. I'm ready to hear about the fusion because I'm curious. With I feel like we're both already really powerful because of the fact that Winslow can go all the way up to Super Saiyan 2 and he's a scientist. And then I have like a sentient robot suit and I have a watch that can make anything that I imagine. So I'm curious what kind of villain we could face off against who with our combined power would be able to like stomp us. Being able to create anything that you imagine while having the power of a Super Saiyan and a sentient robot suit, I think allows you to go like pretty hardcore on a villain. Kel said, "So you and Winslow are time patrollers." Ooh, we're going full Xenoverse on this one. We're time patrollers and are fighting against a Super Saiyan 4 baby from a timeline where he beat Goku and unlocked Super Saiyan 4. Well, that definitely shows why we would need to fuse, because 4 is way more than 2. Way more than 2 on the Super Saiyan scale. Um, I still think Baby's gonna need to watch out for the combined imaginary powers of your boys with that like reality machine watch. I think Baby's still gonna take that L. But I think that's dope. I'm down for that. So I'm excited to see you go into more detail on that in like a blog post. I'm excited to see your boy Winslow and how he feels about like the new fan art, and also how he feels about the fact that there's like a greater story connected to it. I truly appreciate it, Kels. I hope that Winslow also is like super hyped over it. And I'd like to thank you once again, Kels, for all the fan art, the fan fiction, the love, the support. Truly appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful night. I hope everyone has a wonderful night. Thank you all for watching. Kel said, "Yeah, Baby finna break that watch because that watch is some BS." Nah, nah, nah. You don't think I keep a spare? You don't think I imagine spare watches, my boy? Nani said, "Sheesh, you going offline?" Well, that depends, Nani. Do you have any questions, comments, concerns, or discussion topics that you'd like to talk about before I cut the stream? Also, Nani, did you see that fan art that your boy? Oh, well, Kel sent it as a private message, so you wouldn't have seen it unless you saw it on the vlog. But your boy Kels is making some thicky fan art, which I'm really digging. Kel said, "No, I'm the only one who deserves a good night." But yeah, if anybody has any questions, comments, concerns, discussion topics, feel free to hit up your boy now. Because if nobody has anything they want to talk about, Nani says he hasn't seen it. So Kells has been doing fan fiction and fan art. And he's currently working on a Dragon Ball inspired fan art fan fiction. I'm just going to show off all the images that he's made so far for this particular fan fiction. So here's your boy G. I have a sentient robot suit based off of Giru, and I'm firing like either a key attack or like a repulsor blast. I don't know if this blast is coming from the suit or if it's coming from me in the suit. But here's your boy. Then if we click out of that, here's me just in the suit, just chilling, standing, wearing the Giru sentient suit. Oh, also I have a watch. Forgot to mention that. I have a watch that's like a reality machine that allows me to create whatever I imagine. Then, once you go past here, we got the new art. So your boy Kells has made Winslow as a Super Saiyan. This is base Winslow. He has like his hipster clothes on. He has a scarf throwing in the background. He has his lab coat on. And he focuses on key energy-based attacks. He's a scientist and half Saiyan. He's kind of got that Gohan life going on now that I think about it. Hipster Gohan life. And then here's Super Saiyan Winslow. So he has energy radiating off of his hands. He has like a scarf furrowing in the wind. He has his lab coat furrowing in the wind. Just looking like a badass. Nani said, "You mean Trunks?" I mean Gohan. So the reason why I said Gohan is because current Gohan is like, oh, you know, I'm like a researcher and I'm really into studies, but I'm also like a half Saiyan. You know what I mean? I think the lab coat gives him some trunk swag, right? Like I do think the lab coat kind of gives him that jacket baller feel that Trunks has, but I feel like the idea of him being a scientist and being a half Saiyan leans more to a Gohan thing, in my opinion. So I'm not saying he doesn't have Trunks swag, but he seems to be feeling more like a Gohan right now. Your boy, Jet, still human. Uh, I feel like the reality machine's all I need. But Kells explained that for the story behind us fusing, because right now Kells is drawing us separately. He has sketches. He has sketches of me. He has sketches of Winslow, and he's gonna draw like our fused version. Um, he's explained that the story is gonna be Winslow and I are like time patrollers, so we're traveling throughout time trying to solve timelines that have been messed up, and we're fighting against a Super Saiyan 4 baby from a timeline where Baby beat Goku and unlocked Super Saiyan 4. Baby being the villain from Dragon Ball GT, not Baby being a literal baby. And he says that Baby's going to try and break my reality machine watch. We'll see about that. Let's see. Kel said, I'm going to start working on digital art. Oh, ballin'. Nani said that he posted a video. Interesting. Um, can I click your names? I cannot click your names. I cannot just click your name and go to the video. I'm sorry, Nani. I'll probably be able to check that out a little bit later, because I am probably gonna go to sleep soon. Let's see. But he said it's a little video of his waifus. Ooh, is it like your waifu top 10 list? Kel said, I'm just gonna say you left the watch at home or something, because then you throw Baby in a trash can. Maybe Baby has his own reality machine. I don't know. Maybe Baby has an anti-reality machine. Maybe Baby has a technique that prevents me from properly using my imagination. So I'm like, oh, I'll just use the reality machine to like beat you. And then Baby's technique kind of like confuses the mind, and it prevents you from like forming like full images of what you imagine. I've actually seen Green Lantern get beat that way by like a telepath, where Green Lantern is trying to make like a construct, but the telepath prevents him from focusing, so he can't make anything. I feel like maybe Super Saiyan 4 Baby could unlock like new techniques, especially since Baby already does stuff like possess people. It could be like the next evolution of his like possession power. It allows him to like mess with people's minds so that you can't focus hard enough in order to really like stand against him. But maybe the combined focus of me and Winslow fused together could allow us to try and get past it enough to fight, but maybe not enough to use the reality machine. That way, it doesn't have to be a thing where it's like, oh, you left it at home, or oh, it's just straight up broken. It could be a thing where it's like, oh, it doesn't matter if you have like spares. It doesn't matter if you have it on you. It's just you're not able to focus well enough to actually use it. Let's see. Nani said, wait, I just posted. He said, check on the feed, the latest feed. Oh, on Amino you posted it? I thought you meant on YouTube. I got you. Oh, here we go. So this is the video Nani's talking about. So we can post videos on Amino. I see you. So Nani's got his waifu video. Was that Sakura? You show Rukia multiple times. Oh, it's a loop. You show everybody multiple times. So I saw Floaty Girl from My Hero Academia. I saw Rukia, of course. That's your favorite. Um, I saw some people I didn't recognize, a lot of them. I saw Adult Sakura. Those are the people that I recognize from your waifu video. Thank you for posting that, by the way. I'm going to smash that like button. We were talking about that the other day. I think that's pretty cool. If you guys want to check out Nani's waifu video, I'm going to actually post a link to it in the chat. So, Nani waifu video. So here's the Amino link. You guys can check that out if you happen to be watching this later and you're like, I want to see the video. And you can always just check the Amino. It should definitely be there. But I smashed that like button, Nani. Thank you for sharing. Truly appreciate it. Who were some of the other people who I like didn't recognize? Because I don't watch too many anime, as you can see. Otherwise, I'd be like, oh, that one, that one, that one. Oh, I know that one. Let's see. Kel said, oh, don't worry. I thought of a way of getting rid of it. Kel said, and it'll make sense. It's not going to be for a lame reason. Okay, ballin'. I'm happy to see it. When you said, like, he just breaks it, I was like, that doesn't seem good enough against a device where you can imagine anything you want. Because I imagine I would have just imagined spares. It would be weird to not have spares. You know what I mean? Then Nani said, what do you think of it, though? Was it trash? I don't think it was trash. Um, it was interesting that it looped. I didn't think that the waifu list needed to loop necessarily, um, but it wasn't bad that it looped. I like the little edits and shakes and stuff, trying to keep the video visually interesting. But yeah, that wasn't bad. Let's see. Nani said tomorrow I'm gonna show you this little comic I did like a while ago. Okay, cool. You know your boy vibes with comic books, so I'd love to see that. That sounds really dope. I'm happy to check that out when you're down. Let's see now, real quick. Does anyone have any questions, comments, concerns, or discussion topics? If not, I'll end the stream. But if you guys do have any, I can continue the stream in order to jump on whatever topic or question or concern that you might have. Nani said that the comic he did was a while ago, and it's his own story. Okay, ballin'. So he says his own story of, and then he said, "What are you doing tomorrow?" So tomorrow, I actually mentioned this earlier. I'm gonna wake up. Beth has mentioned that she really likes good night and good morning messages, so I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna send Beth like a good morning message. I'm gonna exercise. I'm going to cook some ribs. Dad's already made the ribs, so cook is a strong word. I'm gonna reheat some ribs. I'm going to pour myself the last of the jalapeno chips if they're still there. I'm gonna enjoy ribs and jalapeno chips. I'm then gonna clean myself up a bit. Take a shower, put on some fresh clothes. I'm gonna start applying for jobs, going to websites where I know that I'm able to get a job that fits within the scholarship obligation, where you can set up an account, set up accounts on each of those websites, search for jobs in my area on each of those sites for each of those agencies, sending in my resume, trying to get my name out there. Talk to my supervisor from when I was interning at Amerdeck. I asked him, hey, are there any like positions open at the moment? Email EmoShape, talk to them. It's been a minute since I've emailed EmoShape. I've been really busy with finishing up finals and moving back home. So I want to update them on my progress with the EmoShape project. I might even work on that a little bit. While I'm searching for jobs and job opportunities, I also want to hang out with my dad if he's free. I want to like spend time with him, do a little bit more bonding. Maybe we can like watch a movie together or something. But tomorrow my big focus will be on Beth, work, and family. I'll like text Beth. Beth's mentioned that she likes phone calls, so I might also like call her on the phone at some point. Work, like I said, I'm gonna be like applying for jobs, trying to like get stuff squared away, trying to apply to as many agencies as possible, and just hanging out with Dad. Now that I'm back home and I'm living at Dad's house, I feel like I should be spending time with Dad, just getting to know him a little bit better, bonding more. It's not like me and my dad don't spend time, but since I'm here, I feel like I might as well spend more time since I've been like in the dorm for so long and just not home. Kel said, I'm gonna go now, and thanks for promoting the fan art and fanfic. I'm glad to have inspiration to be more creative. Thank you, Kels. I feel like through you providing more fan art and fan fiction, it gets me very excited. It makes me think of different ideas where I'm like, what are things that I think would be cool to see as like fan art and fan fiction? How would you guys like imagine these things? Peering into you guys' imagination is also an inspiration for myself for different ideas. Your boy Nani said, noise. One fan fiction slash fan art thing that I'd be really interested in seeing would be how would you guys imagine me in like a My Hero Academia kind of thing? Do you think I'd be like a hero? Do you think I'd be like a villain? Do you think I'd be like a sidekick? Do you think I'd be like a villain in training? What power do you think I would have and why? If I was a sidekick, who would be my mentor? Would it be like a villain or like a hero mentor? Stuff like that, I think would be really interesting. So I think for like another fan art fan fiction thing, you guys didn't really seem to vibe that much with the Green Lantern one, and that's understandable. But since we have so many people who are really into anime, I'm very curious how you guys would feel about that and what ideas might pop into your head in terms of like a My Hero Academia inspired like fan art fan fiction challenge. So I definitely would like to know you guys' thoughts on that. Would you guys be interested in making like fan fiction or fan art based around like My Hero Academia? And it doesn't have to be just me. Nani said hero, obviously, and stretchable beard. The quirk is that the beard stretches. That's an interesting concept. Um, so I guess it would be like hair manipulation, but only for the beard. I feel like that could be interesting. Kel said, I lied. I didn't leave. I'm totes gonna do that Hero Aka art. Oh, ballin'. When you're a boy. I like that you started it off by saying, I lied. But yeah, that's cool. I'm glad that you guys vibe with it. And it doesn't have to be just me. I do think for the fan art that I'd like to be in it. But also, if you guys are like, yo, I want to do one, and it's like, what if like Colin was in Hero Aka, or what if like Winslow was in Hero Aka, or like Bangzel was in Hero Aka, or like CJ, or Avery, or Dozer, or Serena. You know, I do also like seeing fan art of like me and my friends. And right now, what I'm imagining in my head is like a group picture, and it's like me and like Winslow, and I guess just Matt's hand. I imagine Matt, and it's like his quirk, Mr. Hand, and he's just a floating hand. He doesn't have a body. I don't know, but like the concept of us like having like a fan art like group picture that has like all of us like demonstrating our different quirks, just like chilling together, maybe like in a classroom or maybe outside of like the Hero Academy. I think that'd be really interesting. Ryan, shout outs to Ryan. Taylor, shout outs to Taylor. Throwing in those shout outs. Nani said, I mean, like your beard gets hard long and it has other things. So, yeah, I was thinking about like the beard like solidifying, excuse me, as a way of using it for like attacks and stuff. Nani said, "So you don't like Sakura?" Um, she wouldn't be my Naruto waifu. Hold up, Naruto waifu. Let's go. So, what girl do I like the most in Naruto? I have a soft spot for redheads. That's like a big thing with me. Um, that being said, fangirl, like the girl from like the Sand Village, she's not a redhead, but she's pretty cute. And that's pretty much it. I like Fangirl. I think Fangirl's popping. Ooh, before she gets fat, the girl who ran the tuning exams, she's pretty popping too. It's weird to say girl. Both these characters are grown women. The Fangirl is now like an adult, and the tuning exam woman was definitely adult at the time where we saw her. But those two would be like probably my two favorite girls from Naruto. Though Ino's not on my list of best girls. That being said, I think she had like one of the best powers early in the series, and they like never use her for shit. I don't know why. I feel like Ino had that potential that just kind of got left to the wayside. Nani said May would be a mad Oh, he's referring to Matt as May. Nani said Matt would be a mad Chinese mad who points and dislikes and gives you a little scratch. A mad Chinese mad. Why is Matt Chinese in the Hero Aka universe? Why wouldn't he be like Japanese? Then Kel said, the only reason you'd be a villain is if the villains gave you free comic books and supplies to stream. That'd be really petty. That'd be the pettiest shit if I was like, I guess I'm a villain now. The villains gave me a milkshake machine. I guess I gotta be a bad guy. Nani said, man. He said, I know Sakura is useless, but I like her hair. Then Nani said, Ryan would be a hero politician man who lifts his hands up and makes a wall. Gosh, why does he have wall-based power? I was with you when I was like, ooh, hero politician. Ryan is really into politics. And Ryan's in My Hero Academia. That seems right up Ryan's alley. And then you're like, and he makes a wall. And it's like, oh gosh. I just imagine Ryan in like a My Acad, fuck me, can't talk, in a Boku no Hero fan fiction. I just imagine Ryan debating against like Donald Trump about like why we shouldn't have the wall, and then Trump goes, "But you can just make it. That's your quirk. You can just make it." And Ryan's like, that doesn't make it good. That doesn't mean it's a good idea. Let's see. Nani said there's a guy who does that too, right? That white guy who makes walls? Who makes There's a concrete dude in My Hero Academia whose whole thing is that he can like manipulate concrete. He can make walls. I don't know who the white guy is that you're referring to. Kel said, okay, I'll leave for realizes now. Bye bye. And he said, and wet will always be canon. I gotta hit you up with that hashtag bet. Hashtag new ship. Also, I think you guys will like Beth. Like, if me and Beth do start dating, like we do have like a boyfriend girlfriend thing, um, she definitely would be in vlogs. She really likes doing like cosplay, and she likes doing cons and conventions and stuff like that. So if we were to date, I imagine that I would be vlogging like cosplay contests that she's in and stuff like that. A matter of fact, Beth has already been on the vlog. I filmed the cosplay contest for ChargerCon, and she was in that. So Beth has actually already been on the channel. I think you guys will like Beth. She's pretty cool. Nani said, yeah, that thing who stopped Deku and Todoroki. Stopped Deku and Todoroki. You're not talking about Stain, right? Because Stain doesn't make walls. White guy. Stop Deku and Todoroki. That makes walls? Let's see. Kel said hashtag wet. Hashtag wet best ship. Hashtag wet only ship. Nani said wet best waifus. Yo. Thank you all once again for tuning in. Real quick, you can interrupt me at any time if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or discussion topics you'd like to talk about. But if no one has any, I'm going to do the sign out. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we do these live streams. This is your host, your friend, your boy, JetBlack the one and only, logging out. Thank you all once again for tuning in. Truly appreciate it. Nani said Beth sounds cool. Thank you kindly, Nani. I think so. I'm really hyped. Soon, if we do start dating, I imagine it's inevitable that we're gonna like do vlogs and stuff. That we're gonna do like videos and stuff together sometime. So definitely stay posted. Kels said Nani is referring to the concrete dude. Okay, ballin'. Good to know. Thank you kindly, Kels. Kels doing that research, double checking. But thank you all once again for tuning in. Oh, he stopped Deku and Todoroki at the tournament. Like when they were fighting in the tournament, he makes the walls between them. I see you. I understand. Kel said Beth does sound cool, and then Kels puts those dots. Beth does sound cool. You know what does sound cool? Bet sounds cool. Hashtag bet sounds cool. Nani said yee. Kel said, but what is still canon? Hashtag Beth new canon. Hashtag bet new canon. Well, but thank you all once again for tuning in. If you like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we do these live streams. I noticed that we got 2 viewers and 1 like right now. Can we get this video up to 2 viewers and 2 likes? Truly appreciate it. Thank you all once again for tuning in. I hope you all have a wonderful night. Thank you. Oh, thank you for smashing that like button. Truly appreciate it. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, logging out. Thank you again, and peace. To God.